65. Upside at 82, 90, 98, 67.04, and 13. Pivot 74, resistance 82, 90, 98, 67.04, 13. Downside at 65, 57, 43, 35, and 25. All right. Well, you can see kind of sold off yesterday. Nice little rotation back. Sold off again. And now we are up here again. As we open up here, we're looking at the 65 area. A little volatility here. There was a PCE number that came out this morning. That's why we rallied there. They were, I think, we're expecting a little bit more on the inflation side. The PCE number, they were expecting 0.3, came out at 0.3. Year to year, 2.7 on the core. They were expecting plus 0.2, came out at plus 0.2. Year to year, 2.9, expected 2.9 that came out. So all within line, which made everything, made them probably happy that everything is not out of line. And they rallied it, but the bottom line is it's still high. In the PCE number and core 2.9, even what they're expecting at 2.7 is still above the 2.0% that the government or that the Fed likes to have as a baseline 2% thing, right? That they keep talking about inflation. So that's where they're at. But they, I guess they were happy that it wasn't inflationary, and that's where we're at. All right, so we're up here, just kind of hanging around the pivot. They made a little bit of a rundown. We had the 65 area. Let's see here if we have any other numbers coming out this morning. Okay, quickly rotating back up here. We have consumer sentiment coming out here at 9 o'clock. And then some more Fed speaks later on this afternoon at noon, a couple Fed speakers at noon. So as we quickly come up here now, almost going to test our first downside. Now we're rotating quickly up here at 82. Very, very choppy, as you can see. Coming back up here to the 82 area now. A lot of movement these days. Okay, coming up here to 82 now. See where it wants to go. Keep your stops in place. We're not going to love any trade we put on. All right, testing this 82 area here. Again, make sure you keep your stops in place. Like I said, we're not going to love any trade we put on, so there's no reason to hold on to anything. All right, coming up here now. I'm looking at the 90 area next is our next level of resistance. That was a quick flush. Too bad we couldn't get filled down there. All right, well, see what happens. So we have consumer sentiment coming out here at 9 o'clock. See if we can get up here to the 90 area now. Very, very choppy kind of day this morning. All right. Nice little bar, right? The whole bar is the whole last hour of trade. 5-minute bar. And like we always say that 5 minute bar is always, first 5 minute bar is always has a lot of risk involved, and this is the reason. They went down, they rolled it back up, and now they're just coming hanging up here on these interim highs, looking at the 90 area. Okay. Hmm. A lot of energy here this morning so far. And it's, like I said, the bar always, first couple bars always a little bit more tenuous, coming up here to the 90 now, and giving us a little bit of a rotation back. So the 90 area, they got up there to 89. All right. This is it's back a little bit of our money. All right. So again, obviously we didn't get 80, we didn't get 90, but we did get 89 there, and then coming back off here a little bit. So keep your stops in place. But I mean, 90 is a little bit tenuous, so be careful. 90 and a quarter is the high. Yeah. All right. Nice rotation here. Finally coming off here a little bit, giving us a little bit of a chance. See if you can try to stay a little bit short here if you can. If not, then just take your profits, move on. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Yeah. It's unfortunate there, Michael. Sometimes it's going to happen. So we do here. We like to miss it by a tick. Unfortunately, not. But it is what it is. All right, so we rotated there off of our. Obviously, if you had 90, you didn't get it. But if you did have the 89 entry point there, you got a nice little rotation. Now we're just kind of hanging up here on these interim highs. Bonds really not reacting too much. It did initially react to more positive news there with the inflation not out of whack. It just in under control. So be careful there at 90 if we get back up here. Obviously, because we got in there at 89, the 90 is a little bit more tenuous. You can see our green band and our hourly coming in there at 97 area. We have 98. All right. Biggest 5 minute bar. Yeah, definitely initially on the first bar. The initial 5 minute bar. It's been a while since we've had a 20 point first minute, 5 minute, first 5 minute bar. Definitely. I think we've had 5 minute, 25 minute bar, 20 point bars before, but definitely not on the first on the first bar of the day. It's been a while since we've seen that. Very long back. And especially would have been nice to get us a downside support, but we just missed that. All right, now we're coming up here again. Very riskier than 90. I would probably look at the 98, and we talked about the 97 there. Only if you're very aggressive would you be dipping your toe here. Obviously, there's a little bit of resistance here, being that it's the high overnight. But we did get to 89, so if you're leaving, we missed the 91 by a tick. I left the 91 in there. Didn't matter. Okay. If he did take it, nice little rotation here. It's very choppy. Right back up to the top. Very swift trade this morning. Stay focused. Keep your stops in place. Market is a little bit trying to figure out where it wants to go next. To be honest with you, I mean, these numbers, inflation's still around. It's not going anywhere, and people, the market's a little concerned, I think, about it. So they're still talking about it at this point. These Fed governors. All right, coming up here again to these interim highs. Next level that we're focusing on is going to be the 98 area. All right, well, continue to uptick here. Kind of ran through our, yeah, we got a lot of energy here this morning. Geez. Like I said, 97 coming in there in our hourly green bar, so that's included in your entry point there. But again, I'm scaling around there anyway. Yeah, so I have the 97. See if it gets up here or not. Well, of course, they got up to 575 there. Came off. Again, I like to scaling around my levels, so I'm in there 97, 98, and 99. Or 98 area. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We are scalping mini S&Ps. We're looking for opportunity to scalp the market based on the levels that you've seen in the chat, in addition to any price action trades that might occur. Combination of both of those gives us our opportunities or our setups for this morning. We're trying to scalp it for about 2 to 3 points on our trades right now with this kind of volatility, and that could change when markets conditions change. And well, they came off very, very quickly. Very, very choppy trade here this morning. Very choppy. Came right all the way back down to that previous low there. So be careful. Keep your stops in place here. I mean, we keep missing the good trades by just a little bit. I mean, got up there to 575 and came off instead of getting up there to at least. Yeah, it was nice to get 97, but not happening. All right. Well, you can see how choppy it is. Quickly back up here to these interim highs, looking at the 98 area. Made a new high by a tick here. Even wants to. All right, very, very choppy. Just be careful. All right, coming up there to the 98 area now. Oh. Okay. How many got filled up there at 97? The 20 lot traded up there. If you got filled, you got lucky there. And we got a nice little rotation here. There was a couple reasons to get in there. We had the green band in our hourly. And you could have put in the 96.75. That's where the green band in our hourly was. All right. Well, And up here now, we're looking at the 98 area. It did get 97 this time. It kept it in. Being very stubborn up here. At least we did jump in, getting a nice little rotation here. And get 98 as our level bar here, so be careful. And we're trying to get up there to 98. Oh, that's a nice little one there. Nice. Got filled there at 98 this time. And watching all the way down here. Nice. Trying to stay short. It's hard, and they gave you some extra. That definitely makes up for what you messed up there in the 82. All right. I don't know. Well, again, volatility is there. Hopefully, you're able to jump in there and take advantage of this little move here. If you're trying to stay short, have a trailing stop. Obviously, take some profits, but if you're trying to stay short with extra contracts, then getting a nice little ride here to the downside. All right, nice rotation back down to the 90 area there. Again, have a trailing stop so that you don't lose any money on the trade. Nice little rotation here. If you have any extra, you can get back down to 85. We do have a number coming out here at 9 o'clock. Haven't forgotten about that one. And the issue, there is a little problem here with the government shutdown that's starting to play itself out maybe in the market here a little bit. I don't know if it will or won't happen. They talk about this all the time. All right, there you go. Good job there, Philip, and leaving just a little early, but good. Glad you made your money and you're out of here. And have a great weekend. All right. Nice rotation there against our 98, and this time we did get filled right up there. That 98 and a quarter is the high, so the Ryder Cup started this morning already. As usual, to golf, and I love this tournament because obviously I love the team factor of it all, and very enjoyable to watch. Yeah, so, but It's started this morning, so that'll be definitely fun to watch over the weekend. If you're into that, obviously. But Ryder Cup's always fun. Nice trade there, Michael. All right, we've got a number coming out here at the top of the hour. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We are trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. Bonds here rotating down here to the downside. Down here to 116 handle. All right, this number did come out and rotated back up here to the oh 04 area. Obviously, we missed it by a tick there, but if you got in there at 3, you're getting a nice little rotation here. Can't be perfect here. It's just missing our good entry points there, but we did get up right up to the 375 there against our oh 04. Like I said, I like to scale in, so I'm in there at 3, 4, and 5, and obviously you didn't get the 4. But if you did scale, you got the 3, and you get a nice little rotation here. So even though we got run over at our first level there really quickly there at 82, but we've made it up since then. First, with some couple nice opportunities here. If you're gonna take the 4, make sure you keep your stops in place. Even if you're gonna take the 5, keep your stops in place. There's obviously a triple top up there that if we run through, could run through all the way up to our next level there, which is 13. So make sure if you're going to take anything up here, make sure you. I know that's a bummer there, Michael. I know. Well, I see. Believe me, I had my 04. I didn't get fill on that one either, but at least I got a little bit of a nibble there with the 03. All right. It's kind of all we can do is move on. You take the opportunity, whatever the market gives us, and make adjustments to according to the price action, and then look for the next opportunity. That's all we can do here. All right, so numbers out, consumer sentiment is out, University of Michigan, and now we're just kind of floating off here off of that 04. And unfortunately, you didn't get up to 04. It would have been nice to get that one too, because we've got a nice little rotation here if you had 04. But sometimes we're just going to miss it by just that much, what can we say? Okay, again, trying to stay short here. If you did jump in on that rotation up to that against the 04, and if you're trying to stay short, nice little opportunity. Wow, nice little break here. 80, it's 83, 83 to 85, little support area. Coming down here now again, 83 and 85 is a support area if we get down there. All right, quickly coming down here now. Again, if you did jump in there at the against our 04, again, very nice payoff here. Unfortunately, some of you just missed out there, and I get it because you had 04 and we got it to 375. Now we had support here at the 83 to 85 area. All right, quickly coming down here to the 85 area. I mean, whatever you do, keep your stops in place. Nice quick rotation there off the high, so something's up, right? If you are short there, nice place to cover. If you're trying to stay short against that 04 area, nice place to cover. Otherwise, if you're out, that's fine. And if you're going to take this support here, make sure you keep your stop in place because we're not going to love any trade we put on. Then we'll look for our downside support there is going to be at our first support level there at 65. Wait, this is moving. Get there in a minute. Right. 74 is our pivot here. Jeez, look at his bar. We were talking about the first 5-minute bar, and then look at this. That's what's going on here. Right? Crazy little day, that's for sure. But you got to keep your stops in place if you're going to take any trade because the volatility is there. And you never know when they're going to inject volatility back in the market. $16, huh? Well, they did rally from yesterday afternoon. Still, 16 is a pretty good number. We do like the VIX at around in the high teens. That would be perfect for us, which is kind of getting there. We were down to 14, 15 there for a bit. Average bars, 5-minute bars is 7 points. But they definitely have expanded here a little bit. We've got 80 all the way down here to 75 in 2 minutes. Again, we never know when they're going to inject volatility back in the market. All right, quickly rotating back down here. Again, 70, they get down to 75 and change there. So if you did 74, be careful. Our first support level is down at the 65 area. And the way this is going, give it a minute. You see our green band coming in there at 64.50. And our blue band and our hourly coming in there around 64. So, and a quasi support areas down there. All right, well, we got down to 75, 74 and change actually against our 74 pivot. So we're very, very aggressive there. Again, everybody here trades differently, so and we're not going to be perfect. Did run through the 82, 84, 84 area like it was no big deal. But that's when we keep our stops in place. So our first support level on the downside here is the 65. And, very quick reversal here off of these highs. We go from 05 basically down to 75 in 10 minutes. Crazy little day today. What can we do? Just stay focused, keep your stops in place because you don't want to get caught on any one of these moves, and you are going to get into a nice trade. It's just a matter of, we almost got our 04s up on top, but if you did have the threes, you got a nice little rotation there. All right, we'll continue to down tick here. Looking at the 65 area. All right, you can see the market here continues to downtick. Like I said, we're looking at the 65 area. All right, well, we got down to 69 and change there. Going back up here a little bit, we have the 65 area. All right, coming back up here to our pivot, so kind of a little choppy. All right, well, we got down to 69 and change here. We'll take it back up here to our pivot, so it's kind of hanging in there. So this PCE number this morning nearing 3%. Specifically, the latest income and spending figures came in stronger than expected, while the inflation readings were within line with consensus. confirms a strong economy with the Federal Reserve's PC number. Markets are going to welcome these numbers, especially since the inflation at 3% level is not unsettling long-term, unsettling the long-term expectations, with the Fed signaling rate cuts, and the Chair Powell has repeatedly excluded consideration of inflation targets during the current monetary policy review. The data is consistent with the hypothesis of the central bank tolerating higher inflation. Well, that's where we're at. All right, so we're under a little bit of pressure here. We're looking at the 65 area. Still, we went from the lows, the highs, back here to the lows. And you just got to be a little bit patient and make sure you keep your stops in place, because it is ripping around here. Now we're inching our way down here to the 65 area. Make sure you keep your stops in place. All right, continue to push a little lower here. Looking at the 65 area. All right, coming down here to the 65 area now. Again, we have 64 green band, and an hourly green band and a 5-minute. All right, and then here at the 66 against 65, see what we want to do. Remember, whatever you're doing, you're always going to keep your stop in place. So I'm going to love any trade we put on. Oh, all right, quickly coming down here now. Again, a lot of volatility in this market, so keep your stops in place. Okay, gonna just ran right through. Like it's no big deal. That's gonna happen. $15,975 is the selling price here. All right, coming down here to the selling price. Very volatile morning this morning, all over the place. Rally, big rally, strong break. Now we're coming down here, kind of ran through the 65 here, and you thought maybe it would hold because of all the boot bands and rebands, but nope. Now we're coming down here to the 57 area. Okay, coming down here to the 57 area. All right, did you know it? It's the entry point at 57 by a tick, but if you got in there at 58, trying to give us a little bit of a rotation here. Definitely having to work today, that's for sure. All right, so it's a little bit of a pop here. Okay, continues down tick here. All right, giving us a little bit of a rotation there against the 57 area. Yeah, goes from top down, all the way all over, all over. Crazy thing. Good. Well, hourly bar. So I haven't seen an hourly bar like that since yesterday. All right, rotate back up here. Did bounce off of our 57 area here a little bit. Crazy old day. That's all I can say. Yeah, we definitely had more than 4 or 5 trades this morning, that's for sure. And we definitely had to work today. Been all over, which is nice. We've been kind of slow, but today we've been having jump in, jump out, jump in, jump back in, jump out, and that kind of day. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. I've been staying on our market's been keeping us on our toes this morning. That's for sure. You got to make sure you keep your stops in place because you're going to get opportunities. You just don't want to get caught on one of these moves, and they are moving. And if you keep your stop in place and then look for the next opportunity, that's all we can do. All right, popping back up here. You see our blue bats coming in there around 79.80. A little resistance around our 75 for pivot there. And you're coming up here to the 74 area, pivot. And if you're very aggressive, take it. All right, finish the uptick here. See our blue bands coming there around 79. All right, very, very choppy day, as you can see, all over the place. All right, we got right up to against that blue band there, got up to 78 there. Very choppy day today. What can I say? Just got to pick your spots. And if you're wrong, just get out because you're going to have another opportunity. We always talk about making sure you keep your stops in place. There's a perfect reason. Washing all the way back down here. All right. Wish I could know these things. These moves are happening so fast, and they just happen. And again, you can only find areas there that might work, that have worked in the past, and you always got to make sure you keep your stops in place, and make sure if you find the trade that you recognize. I mean, recognition of a trade is half the battle, and then execution is the second half. And we're recognizing a lot of trades today, but they're not all working out. But that's why we always keep our stops in place so that we don't get ourselves caught, because the markets are really whipping around so much. Been a while since that's happened. Not this kind of trade. All over the place. So break and rally, very strong rally, and then all the way back down. So picking your spots very important. Keeping your stops in place even more important. At the end of the day, you're going to get opportunities. So, but you just have to make sure you keep your stops in place so that we don't get caught in any one of these. And you're going to get your chance to make money on some of these trades as well. That will make up for some of the ones that we get run over on. But that's what it's all about. Today, it's been a while since we've had these kind of days, like I said. Jeez, we're all the way back down here. Man, amazing little trade, right? Again, we had our pivot there was 74. We got up to 78 change, and then which was against our blue band. Have to be a little aggressive there to stick with it. Use the blue band as a backup. It's a little bit of a stall area. If we were very, very aggressive there, stayed lower blue band and rotated down here. And 59.75 here is the settlement price. And we already tested the 57, so we're probably looking at the 43 down below. It's really nice rotation down. And quickly rotating back up so that settlement price did hold.